for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
In the back half of the season, rookies are being scrutinized as award season approaches. MP is set. His sights are set on winning Rookie of the Year.
I gotta say, MP has been head and shoulders above his fellow rookies this season. Since the year began, his determination has been unbelievable. You almost wouldn't believe it's his first year in the league. And you can easily imagine him hoisting that Rookie of the Year award over his head just like he planned.
Yeah, Poeltl has a beautiful touch around that rim.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Darko Rajakovic. Coach brought up the challenges that Bam Adebayo poses on both ends. He told me offensively, Bam doesn't force much. He gets his points within the flow of the offense. He's a great finisher and facilitator. And defensively, he can guard anybody. He might be the most versatile defender in the league. Back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Z. And again, it's Miami from deep. We don't know if we'll be able to call MP a once-in-a-lifetime player just yet. But with the way things have gone for him, we might be able to do that soon enough.
Yeah, it would take a monumental fall-off for MP to not continue skyrocketing up the pantheon of players. The way he plays, the determination to improve and succeed, he is almost destined to be one of the best to ever play.
Well, just keep feeding him. He has been lights out.
Grant, since he's come into the league, what's jumped out to you about Hero's development?
Well, I've liked seeing his growth in running the pick and roll. He's not just a jump shooter anymore. He's a guy that can anchor an offensive unit, B.A.
Here's Powell. Toronto making their last shot. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. And that's 13 points here for Z.
Well, that is setting the tone. Perfect 5 for 5 to start this game.
Back to quickly. The three. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
And when you start out shooting 80% or better as a team, you start to feel yourself a little bit, and that feeling is good.
Pass to Powell. Here's Z. Sinks it from distance. Z's got 16 points.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
Miami leading by 6. Here's the three. And again, it's Miami from deep.
He has yet to miss a single shot. What a night he's having.
A minute 53 left to play in the first. Pass to Poeltl. And here is Barrett. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And I love the confidence from Barrett. He enjoys finding room inside and capitalizing.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Scotty Barnes checked in for Toronto. Shed comes in for Quickly. Bears checked in for Miami. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, excitement building in Ontario ahead of this coming May when the WNBA makes its long-awaited launch north of the border. The Toronto Tempo will become Canada's first ever WNBA franchise, and with that league finding a rhythm, this debut feels right on time.
It's a beautiful thing. Shams, appreciate the report. The shot is good.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
Now here's Barrett. His numbers are solid, putting up around 18 points a game.
R.J. Barrett, always making his presence felt.
Here's Z. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Z's got 25 points.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
And so here is Toronto. Miami making their last shot. Pirtle with a screen on Hero. For three, Barrett. Rebound Miami. This team has now won 28 consecutive games and have put themselves into elite company by surpassing the record set by LeBron James and the Heat back in 2013.
Yeah, look, I've been on some teams that have some great runs. It is so hard because you have to be talented. You've got to be 100% bought in, but then you also need some luck. 50-50 balls bouncing your way. They're getting all of that and then some.
Barrett missing again. Here's Z. Rips down the breakaway slam.
I just love how he runs the floor with... energy and intensity, but still stays under control.
In this league, you run whenever you can. It's so much easier to score in transition.
And so it's Miami in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. And it's their three-point accuracy that has helped them build such a healthy lead. We'll be right back after this word. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show.
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Well, that's just great chemistry offensively. Everybody playing for one another and trusting each other. It's beautiful to watch.
Setting the floor for Miami. Simone Fontecchio out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Malik Monk. Then there's Khalil Ware. And it's Z in at the point guard position. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Z in their last game against Washington was a man on a mission. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he's a tremendous three-point shooter. We saw that again last game. His numbers from that game jump off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Okay, good stuff there, Allie. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Well, he really lit it up. Maybe we'll see a repeat performance tonight.
Here's Z. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game.
You have to love his confidence, but you also need to read the situation.
A skill Scotty Barnes definitely possesses is the ability to guard multiple positions, Graham.
Yeah, he has that blend of quickness and length to smother shooters. And he has the strength to deal with bigger guys, too.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Both teams deciding to change it up. And this is a player who's been giving his all. Our Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
He's made himself the cornerstone of their offensive efforts recently, and he's providing for his squad in every regard on that end of the floor. Scoring, passing, picks, you name it, he's doing it.
The shot by Z, no good. And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. 19-point game. And here's Ingram from the arc. Drops in the three. Ingram's got 8.
Yeah, the fluid shooting motion of Ingram makes him a real threat to knock down these corner triples.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Here are the NBA's premier passing teams, the league leaders in assists. Number 1, the Heat.
The beauty of this offense is that the ball never stops moving. If the shot isn't there, the next pass is made.
Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Mamukelashvili. Toronto has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Outside Ingram. Off target from 3-point range. Heat leading by 16. And great passing, so often the thing that separates the good from the great. Who, for your money, Tim, is the best in the association?
Well, what's crazy, B.A., is I think the top of the list belongs to a center. Trey, Nikola Jokic, to me, an all-time talent, still in his prime, and his playmaking ability, unquestionably, the best we have ever seen at the center position.
Never seen any player like him. He's amazing.
Maybe never will either. Well, he's done everything you want offensively. Great shot selection, and he is a big reason why they have the lead.
The Raptors making a switch here. Barrett's checked in. Hero, he's checked in for Miami. Now here's Quickly, coming in off 21 points in his last outing. And it's Toronto with another.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Here's Z. Playing Washington, he was nearly unstoppable. Five to shoot. Rebounded by Ingram.
Yeah, that's a shot he'll make 90% of the time. He just couldn't get it to go right there.
And Tim, some have said that the hardcore Heat culture doesn't work in today's league.
Well, there certainly is a different mindset in the modern player. And the Heat organization was always known for working players the hardest. But now they have to ease back, but still be tougher than most.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Heat leading by 17. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
2 open that time. Made it look easy. Barrett's got 7 points.
R.J. Barrett with that lightning quick release.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Tyler Hero wants to be the complete package. He said, quote, "I'm not thinking score, score, score. It's more about finding different ways to impact the game, knowing I don't have to force the issue. When I'm taking efficient shots and making the right passes, that makes us a dangerous team." Brian, back to you.
He's finding that balance. Okay, Allie, good stuff.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Z shot is good.
What a performance. For him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
I love the determination that time by Quickly. There was just no denying him.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for Ware. Well, Tim, you hear about the move to positionless basketball. The Raptors are well equipped.
Yeah, they are loaded with athletic wings and interchangeable pieces, which gives them a high level of versatility.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
I love their approach tonight. They are hitting at a really high percentage.
Now here's Ingram. 10 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. All sorts of time. The shot no good. Here's Z. Good. He hits again.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Miami out in front, just dominating this one. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
Looking at Miami, with the playoffs right around the corner, they're in tremendous shape. They're right on top in the first half.
You mean they're ruling the rules? They're taking shots for every team every night, and they're still landing on top.
What's ruling the rules? Never heard that.
Now we'll take a look back at our featured game. That was quite a performance for the Miami Heat. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Miami leading by 23. The perimeter filled up by Barrett and Ingram. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Murray Boyles in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Relentless in his approach. He has one thing on his mind: close this game out.
Pass to Quickly. Three-pointer. Knocks down the long J. Quickly's got 11 points.
Yeah, really good shooter from that range, quickly helping to stretch out the defense.
Another one goes. Incredible.
And this game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Miami shooting their second attempt at the line tonight. Toronto's gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. And it's Quickly with a miss.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
And the defensive versatility of Bam Adebayo is special, Tim.
Yeah, B.A., he can guard 1 through 5, and his offensive game is also versatile. Think about how far he's come since he was drafted. He is a testament to work ethic.
Ingram on the wing. Powell covers. Ingram against Powell. Just 5 on the clock. The shot by Ingram, no good. The Heat have gone 3 of 3 in this second half. Jaquez with a screen on Quickly. Stolen by Quickly. And they're on the run. Stolen by Hero. Pulls it. And again, it's Miami converting.
You can't play much better than this. That's 4 straight to start the half.
For Toronto, they've gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Quickly deciding where to go with it. To halt the run. The shot no good.
Since halftime, they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their legs under them.
Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down. Get high percentage looks and then D up.
Adebayo sets a screen. Pass to Jaquez. Miami moving it around. Here's Hero. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Hero's got his first bucket in this one.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
As the playoffs draw closer, here's what the East looks like. You take a look at the Heat. They have looked in control all season long. Aren't showing any signs of taking their foot off the gas anytime soon. And of course, there's Toronto. They have the 9th spot currently.
You know, for the Raptors, they can stay alive if they win out or come close to it. Now, it would be an uphill battle from there, but at least they could hold off their vacation plans.
Barnes, he's checked in for Ingram.
And Barnes is starting to look so confident on these mid-range Jays. It looks like he thinks he can score from there anytime he wants.
Fires it. And it's Miami with another.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
Pass to Murray Boyles. Back to Barnes. It's Barrett on the wing. He's guarded by Fontecchio. Barrett can't hit. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 19-5 run.
Well, Barnes is a point forward with a wingspan of 7 feet 3 inches, so he is always a threat to send it back in your face.
Quickly outside. And it's off from three-point range.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency. This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Back to Barnes. Takes a 3. And again, Toronto, no good.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And again for 3. Woo, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Picked by Pirtle. The 3 from Barnes. Rebound by the Heat. Ware's got 8 rebounds in the game. And good! There's another! Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
B.A., it feels like he can't miss.
Here's Barrett. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Takes an incredible...
And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Miami out in front, running away with it. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game. Hall of Fame small forward, so you know a bit about the position. What's key in excelling at the 3?
Well, B.A., you have to be able to space the floor. We almost never see a 3 or even 4 who can't make threes. And on the other end, lots of times you're matched up with quick guards.
Setting the floor for the Heat. They've got Andrew Wiggins. He's out there with Malik Monk. Khalil Ware out there with Davion Mitchell. And it's Z in at the point guard position. And that one's good. Quickly.
That's really pretty. The mid-range from Quickly. I love it.
Here's Z. Off target from outside. The Raptors have gotten 5 of 6 shots to go in the 4th. Barrett with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. Here's Murray Boyles. Off target with the 3. For Miami, they've gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the 4th. And the shot goes down.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
Quickly. Rebound Miami. Ware's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. Z. And got it! Another basket! Oh, and there's 80 points.
Oh, wow. Just wow. This guy is on another level.
Releases. And again, no good by Toronto. Launches it. Connects again from distance.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely looking to shoot as much as possible. Outside Ingram. They need this. Count it. That's his 6th field goal in 12 tries.
Well, that's just assertiveness by Brandon Ingram. A response 3, sending a message.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Heat.
They ran the fast break beautifully all night long. It was a huge part of their success.
It's so true. They clearly ran the floor well, constantly putting pressure on the defense. Just a tremendous effort.
And what can you say that hasn't been already said? We knew these guys would be great coming into the year, but their complete dominance is rare. They have redefined greatness.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Z.
Yeah, he was just laser focused in that game. It got to the point where you just knew if he shot it, it was going in.
From 9 feet, ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
Really smart work that time by Quickly. He knows how to draw that whistle.
Taking 2 shots.
And quickly drops them both. Here's Z. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
Pirtle with a screen on Mitchell. Pass to Pirtle. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, well, if you're looking for a pick-and-roll partner, Pirtle is a good man to call on.
Here's Z. Oh, another one falls.
He just notched 92 points on that one.
Simply surreal. I'm not sure even he can believe what's going on.
Yeah, and this is not what they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and their opponent is at the line.
The free throw drops for Quickly. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. So it's the Heat winning this one easily. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team...
An incredible display of shot making and clutch play, MP, as you reach the half-century mark in a win. You look like you are not going to be denied. Was there any extra motivation for you in this one?
No, not when the game first started. I was just trying to let the game come to me. But the more I let the game come, the better I felt. It was like the game made itself at home in my living room.
What does that mean exactly?
It means I was perfectly at home, perfectly at ease, Jennifer Quintana. I knew where everyone was going to be at every moment in the game, like walking around my home at night with the lights off. Other people might get tripped up, but not me, not with this team. I was in total control.
It showed. Thanks, MP.
You're welcome.
Over to you, BA.
As always, thank you, Jennifer. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Yeah,
Thank you. MP, after this recent run of standout performances, you are the consensus favorite for Rookie of the Year. Do you think you've earned that honor already?
Without a doubt, I believe I am the top rookie. I've known I was the best player in my class ever since I left Vermont. This is the rest of the world finding out what I already knew. But my goal is to be the top rookie and win championships, so we're still working on that part.
Okay, thank you.
Right here. Come on.
It's looking like MP is the runaway favorite to win this season's NBA Rookie of the Year award. What an incredible, improbable season from a second-round pick out of Europe. He's been one of the NBA's best stories all season long.